Welcome, dear students. We are moving to the next chapter in business studies, that is social responsibility of business and business ethics. Social responsibility of business and business ethics. So, nowadays, every business, firms, and peoples giving more importance for the concept society and social responsibility by keeping the ethical concept in business. So, social responsibility is very important for the present world for the survival of the every business organization. Without giving much importance for the society, no one can stand in the business world. So, for the survival or for the growth of the organization, firms have to give more importance for the concept of social responsibility and business ethics. Then, what is social responsibility? It is the obligation. It refers to the obligation of businessmen to pursue those policies, to make those decisions, or to follow those lines of action which are desirable in terms of the objectives and values of our society. It is nothing else. Social responsibility refers to the obligation of business people towards society to protect the values, to conserve the values prevailing in the society, and we have to give more importance for the growth and development of the peoples in the society. That is social responsibility of business. So it is the obligation of every businessman and business people and firms. So remember why it is needed every time in order to bring a better development in the society, better development of the business firm, its growth, the society must grow and support the business firms. So every time when the business firms gives more contribution for society, then only the community support will be more. So the social responsibility very much needed in the present era in order to survive in the market field and in the business field. Every time the support of the peoples in the society, maybe a lower level worker or an expert or the media is needed for the survival of the business. That is why they are giving more importance and they are arguing for social responsibility. So the next area in this chapter, in this video lesson is arguments for social responsibility. Why the business people are arguing and supporting the concept of social responsibility or giving more importance for social responsibility. The first point that indicates justification for existence and growth. Why the people are supporting justification for existence and growth, that indicates if the businessman want to grow or to exist or to survive in the present market field, he have to give more contribution for the society. So just read the explanation. Business is the creation of society. Therefore, it should respond according to the demands of the society. To survive and grow in the society for long run, the business must provide continuous service to the society. So, in order to survive and grow in the society, they have to give more contribution for the society. And the next one is long-term interest of the firm. Long-term interest in the sense they need goodwill in the society and they need maximum profit in the society, and in order to avoid lot of illegal activities, unfair trade activities, the business firm give more contribution for social responsible activities. So long-term interest of the firm indicates it needs a long existence, continuous existence in the society. So they are supporting social responsibility. And the next one is avoidance of government regulations. Most of the organizations are exempted from tax, or they are getting low tax. They have to pay only low amount of tax only if they are giving more importance for socially responsible activities than earning profit. So, in order to avoid the government control, government regulations, they voluntarily come for socially responsible activities. That is another point. Then availability of resources with the business. Every time the raw materials may be material resources, human resources, financial resources that are available from the society. In order to get more support from the society, the business people collect all these resources from the present locality where the business is situated. So they will never get any shortage of all these materials. That is an asset for the business firm. So in order to get the support, they are giving more contribution for the particular society and better environment for doing business. Every time without the support of the peoples in the society, they can't survive. Business people can't survive. So every time to get a good working atmosphere without any strikes or layout, so there will be no problem if the business people are supporting by giving good contribution, good salary, good facilities, good living standards, quality life for the people in the society, then definitely there will be a great support from the public towards the business and contribution to the social problems. Every time there will be a lot of problems like pollution, creation of unsafe workplace, discrimination. If the business firms avoid all these problems, it will be a good support for the society. Lot of problems can be solved, and that automatically will be a support for the business people from the society when they engage in solving problems of the society, maybe a community giving lot of support for the community diseases or any other problems facing the people in that particular business locality. At that time, they will get maximum support. So remember, this point indicates how the business people are getting support from the society. Next, we have to learn why the peoples are, business peoples are against. Some peoples are there, they are always against social responsibility. Why they are against? You know very well. Those who are giving more importance for earning profit, they will never support for the concept social responsibility. So we have to learn why they are against the concept. So the first point is profit motive. So the business people who give more importance for earning profit, they will never give more importance for social responsibility. So just read it. A business is an economic entity that is guided by profit motive. It should not waste its energies and resources in fulfilling social responsibility. So, people, those who are interested to earn more profit, will never support the concept of social responsibility. So, that point. Next one is every time when the company gives more money, invest more money in social responsible activities, indirectly it will be a burden on consumers. Indirectly, it will be a burden on consumers. How? When they give more money for social responsible activities, the business people charge that amount in the products, and they will charge more profit in the product to get the amount invested in socially responsible activities. So that is why the point burden on consumers. So involvement of business in social responsibilities involve a lot of expenditure which will ultimately be borne by the customers. So remember the point. And the next one is lack of social skills. Everyone is not able to control or to tackle the social problems in the business world. Those who have ability like social skills can tackle the problems very smoothly. So if there is no efficient peoples in the business field, they will never give importance for solving social problems like poverty, overpopulation, etc. So that is why they are against business people, against social responsibility, lack of social skill of the managers or the workers in the organization. And the last one is lack of public support. Most of the business people want to survive in the market to earn maximum profit. Those who do not need any public support, so they can continue. Generally, public does not like business involvement in social problems. Therefore, business cannot fulfill social responsibility because of their lack of confidence and cooperation from the public. So, due to these problems, the business peoples are against social responsibility. But the ultimate point you have to remember, those who are against the social responsibility want to earn maximum profit. And in the next video lesson, we are going to discuss about the types of social responsibility. Please watch all these concepts, why the peoples are business peoples are supporting social responsibility, and why they are against the social responsibility. Also remember and create your own definition. What is the concept of social responsibility? So it is an obligation from the part of the business people towards the society. Remember the points. So thank you for watching the video. Thank you. Dear students, welcome to the next video lesson from the chapter Social Responsibility of Business and Business Ethics. In this lesson, you are going to learn about social responsibility towards different interest groups. Social responsibility towards different interest groups. Before that, we have to learn what are the different types of social responsibilities. First one is economic responsibility. It's the basic or primary responsibility is economic, producing goods and services and selling them to the society at a reasonable profit is economic responsibility. And what is legal responsibility? Business enterprises have their responsibility to operate within the laws of the country. They have to obey the rules and regulations or the laws created by the government authorities in the particular country. Then ethical responsibility. It refers to the behavior of business enterprises expected by society but not codified in law. Actually, there is no stipulated law, but the business people have to follow the values and customs prevailing in particular society where the business is situated. Then discretionary responsibility. A company has the discretionary responsibility of safeguarding the capital investment by not indulging in speculative activities. They have to effectively utilize the capital, not engaging in or not involving in speculative, unnecessary trade practices. So these are the types of responsibility. Remember, economic responsibility, legal responsibility, ethical responsibility, and discretionary responsibility. And we have to learn the social responsibility towards different interest groups by the business. First one is responsibility of business towards shareholders. What are the points indicated in responsibility towards shareholders by the business? So in this, the business have to ensure a fair and regular return on the investment of shareholders. Business have to give proper dividend and interest to the interested parties. Then they have to ensure the safety of their investment. Every time they have to use the investment of shareholders in an effective manner. Then strengthen the financial position of the company is yet another responsibility of business towards shareholders. Also, they have to safeguard the assets of the business. Don't misuse the assets. Also, they have to protect the interest of all type of investors in the business. So these are all the responsibility of business towards shareholders. And the next one is responsibility towards workers. Business have a lot of responsibility towards workers. They have to provide fair compensation and benefits to the workers. Then only they will be very active and positive towards the organization. They have to provide goods and safe working conditions, encouraging working atmosphere to the workers. They have to provide good and safe working condition to the workers. And also they have to develop, business people have to develop a sense of belongingness to the workers. They have to show how they are protecting the workers in critical situations. So these are the responsibility of business towards workers. And the next one is responsibility of business towards consumers. The customers are the key of every market. In the previous traditional times, the businessman is the king, but now consumer or the customer is the king in the market. So they have to be responsible. Business people have to be responsible towards consumers also. They have to supply a right quality of goods and services at reasonable prices. They have to supply quality goods to the customers at reasonable prices without charging a higher amount of profit. They have to ensure regular and adequate supply of products to the consumers. Every time, whenever the customers are demanding, they have to give the products. And also, the business people have to inform them about the new product and new uses of existing product through different medias, maybe social media or mass media. Also, they have to handle, business people have to handle the customers' grievances promptly. They have to clear the problems of customers very quickly. So these are the responsibility of business towards consumers. Remember the points. And the next one is responsibility of business towards government. So business every time responsible towards the government by paying the right amount of taxes to the government. Every time business people have to pay the tax honestly without doing any malpractices in the accounts. Then only the development of country and society is possible. And they have to observe the rules laid down by the government every time whenever they are engaged in business activities or social services. They have to follow the rules and regulations framed by the government. They have to avoid corrupting government employees. Don't misuse the government employees for any positive purposes of business people or negative purpose. So remember, these are the responsibility of business towards government. And the last one is responsibility of business towards the community or society. Every time, without the support of society, the business people cannot be survive in the market. So, in order to get maximum support from the community or society, business people have to give more employment opportunity to the peoples in the survival in the surroundings of the business environment. They have to give more employment opportunity to the peoples in the particular locality where the business is situated. And they have to avoid every time polluting environment. Polluting the environment must be avoided. They have to use that type of production technologies which never pollute the atmosphere of the particular society. and also they have to uplift the weaker section of the society or the peoples of the particular society by giving maximum socially reliable activities, maybe financial support, giving health conditions, opening a good hospital in their locality, providing good quality education to the peoples of that particular locality, etc. So remember, these are the responsibility of business, social responsibility of business towards different parties. So without performing all these responsibility, the business cannot be able to survive in the market. So remember the concept of type of social responsibility and the social responsibility towards different industry group. And in the next video lesson, we will meet with a very familiar topic related to this chapter. So thank you. Once again, you just watch and go through all areas and develop your own contents. Then thank you for watching the video. Thank you. Welcome dear students. In the next video lesson from the chapter Social Responsibility and Business Ethics. Today, in this lesson, we are going to learn more about what is the role of business in environmental protection. So, in the last topic, we discussed the business how to protect the business environment. Not only business environment, the whole business environment. But due to lot of unnecessary malpractices, the business is not able to handle these problems that will pollute the environment. That is known as environmental pollution. So the world is suffering from lot of diseases and problems due to the unnecessary, the negative side of business world. So that will lead to lot of diseases, lot of death of animals and human beings. So we have to discuss what is the different causes of pollution. So you know very well in the childhood classes you have learned what is environmental pollution and what are the different causes. Again we have to recollect all the concept. First one is air pollution, that is due to smoke, chemical emitted by factories, vehicles, etc. It has created a hole in the ozone layer leading to global warming. So remember, due to air pollution, lot of diseases are emerging. And next one is water pollution. Due to the chemicals and waste dumped into the rivers, streams and lakes, the water is polluted. And you know very well, without water, without drinking water, we can't survive. So the business people have to take a necessary measure to solve this problem related to human life. The next one is land pollution. Due to the dumping of garbage and toxic waste, which will affect the fertility of land and makes it unfit for agriculture. Not only for agriculture, for the living of human beings and animals. Remember land pollution. And the next one is noise pollution. You know very well, a lot of vehicles are every day, lakhs and crores of vehicles are sold by the business people that will cause not only the vehicle, the factories also caused by the running factories and the vehicles. Noise pollution can be responsible for many diseases like loss of hearing, violent behavior, and mental disorder of people. So remember, these are the causes of environmental pollution. So we have to control the pollution. Business people have to control the pollution. Why it is needed? We have to discuss the factors. First one is in order to ensure a healthy life means without any diseases. So Diseases like heart cancer, heart attack, lung complication are caused by pollutants in the environment. By controlling all these pollutants, we can ensure a healthy life. And the next one is to ensure the safety, to ensure the safety of human beings and animals in the society. Just remember, due to the environmental pollution and smoke, the visibility is reducing, due to which chances of accidents have been increasing in our world. To reduce the number of accidents, there must be a check on pollution by the business people. Remember, to ensure safety, we need the concept of controlling pollution. Then economic losses. Every time, due to the uncontrollable pollutants in the atmosphere, lot of losses is happened to the country. For example, noted here is Taj Mahal is losing its beauty due to the polluted atmosphere. Not only this loss, lot of people died due to the unnecessary pollutants in the environment. So a lot of economic losses is there to the human beings, to the world. And if the business people control these type of pollutants at their atmosphere, at their locality, in the within the walls of the business field, it will improve the public image. So remember, these are all the points related to why it is needed. Controlling the pollution is needed. So the role of business is unavoidable one in environmental protection. How? Every time, eco-friendly and clean or low-waste technology should be used by the industrial organization. Then they can bring a good atmosphere, a good environment to the whole world. Eco-friendly and clean or low-waste technologies of production and distribution. And they have to maintain industrial waste properly. Industrial waste should be recycled as far as possible without harming the environment. Plant and machinery should be modernized to minimize pollution. Plant and machinery should be modernized to minimize pollution. Lot of technologies are available. We have to use that type of plant and machinery in the production of goods and services. Also, they have to remember the business people have to follow the rules and regulations laid by the government. The business houses should comply with the laws and regulations enacted for prevention of pollution. So remember, every time when one business person start his working, how to follow the rules and regulations framed by the Pollution Control Board. They have to take positive steps. Positive steps should be taken to save the environment. These include plantation of trees, cleaning of rivers, ponds, etc. If they are doing all these activities, it will be a good asset for the future also. So remember, the role of business in environmental pollution and its protection is important one. So we are going to wind up the lesson by learning at another concept in this chapter, that is business ethics, in the next video lesson. So go through all these important points related to environmental pollution, its causes, and what is the role of business in environmental protection. Thank you for watching the video. Thank you. Welcome dear students. So the last lesson from the chapter social responsibility of business and business ethics. So in this lesson, you are going to learn about the concept business ethics. Without business ethics or without following the right path, no business cannot be survived in the market. So everyone, as a commerce student, you have to know what is good and bad in business. That will explain through the concept business ethics. So it refers to the moral values or standards or norms which govern the activities of a businessman. Business ethics refers to the moral values or standards or norms which govern the activities of a businessman. Ethics defines what is right and what is wrong in business activities. Every time we have to learn what is right and what is wrong. What is the morality? What is the responsibility of business? What is trust? How to behave? How to be reliable? How to keep good relationship? So by ethic, we mean the business practices which are desirable from the point of view of society. So every time, without protecting the societal values, the business can't continue their business, their activities. So they have to follow the moral values, standards, and norms. So these are the concepts regarding what is business ethics. So remember the moral values or standards or norms which are followed by the business people and the firm is known as business ethics. Here, some unethical practices are listed like adulteration, poor quality goods and services, black marketing and hoarding, misleading advertisements, fake goods, deceptive packaging, pollution of environment, exploitation of workers are some examples of unethical practices by the business people in the world. So remember, we have to create a good business ethics. Otherwise, we can't. The business people can't survive in the field. So the important elements of business ethics must be learned by you. The top management commitment is one of the prominent element in business ethics. Every time the authority flows from the top to bottom, how the managers are committed and how they are behaving is the best example for the employees. So every time the employees have to encourage the workers, encourage the workers with good ethical practices. So top management commitment is one of the important element in business ethics. The next one is publication of code. Every time in organization, there should be good principles and rules and regulations to be followed by the people that will help to protect business ethics. That is known as code. A code of ethics is a formal written document of the principles, values, and standards to be followed by the peoples in the business. That code must be followed by all peoples in the business. So every time this code will help to protect the business ethics or ethics in all activities of business. It must be published by the top management. And every time there should be an established complaints mechanism. A suitable mechanism should be developed to comply with the ethical standards of the enterprise. The ethics sometimes it will be different in different organization, but it must be followed. To follow the rules or the ethics, there should be a complaint mechanism. The mechanism should be properly communicated to all in the organization, from the top to bottom. At all levels must be informed, otherwise they will never follow the ethical practices. So that is very important. And the next one is employees' involvement in policy making. Remember, every time when the business develops an ethical code, there must be involvement of employees also a necessary element. So by discussing with them also, the business at the top level, they have to discuss with the lower level workers also. They after that they have to create the business ethics or the ethical code to be followed by the workers. And not only framing the ethical code, measuring the result also very important in the business practices. So after measuring, we can find out whether all the employees, all the workers in the organization, all the people in the organization are following all the ethical codes. So measuring the result of following ethical practices is also very important to fixing a better standard of ethical code. So remember, the business ethics is very important for the business people to survive in the present business field. So without learning the concept, without creating and following a best ethical code, they cannot continue the business. That is why the concept of business ethics is very important on. So remember, the business ethics is the norms, standards, values followed by the business people in the society. So this topic winds up the chapter social responsibility of business and business ethics. So thank you for watching the video. I am again repeating, watch the video again and again, develop your own concept, bring more examples, develop maximum concept maps from all the chapters that will help you to remember all the concept you have developed for a long time. Thank you for watching. Thank you.